Okay, how you guys doing? This is going to be the second part of the lab for the Hunt for October. So right now, this is what where you should be at. So let's go ahead and pull up a whiteboard here. Okay. All right, so this is what you should have. So right now, you should have something like this. You should have a data table that looks like this. T1, T2, T3, TA, and then V. And then, like we said, you should have two distances. So maybe 1 meter, 2 meter. Your numbers can be different. I'm just saying you need two distances. So you should have three trials of each, average, and then you should already have two velocities. And then what you want to do is average those two velocities, and that's your velocity that you're going to use. This should be around 0.4 to about 0.5, somewhere in there, meters per second. So if you're not even close to that, that means you've messed up. Because think about it. Your displacement is in meters and your time is going to be in seconds. So that's where we get 0.4, 0.5 meters per second. Because if you remember, our velocity equation is delta x over t. Only equation you have so far. Okay. Then, so you need to have that. You need to have your velocity. Then you're going to have your safe distance, right? Let's say we put our card here, it goes out there. We put our car here, it goes out there. We put our car here, it goes out there. We say, okay, the closest it went out was 3 meters. My safe distance, I know for sure. Let's set it at 2.5. So max, sorry, this stupid pen. Sorry. Max safe delta x for this scenario, you're going to have your own, is 2.5. You need these two pieces of information. If you don't have it, you cannot do the next thing. Now you are behind. All right. So here's what we're doing today. Let me get rid of this whiteboard. How do I get out of here? Okay. So what you're going to do today is you are going to get your map. Okay. You're going to get your map here, one of these, and on the back is this. Okay. So I'm going to walk you through a little bit of the calculations. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be getting our list of directions here. So please follow this to a T. All right. I'm actually going to do the first turn for you, so you shouldn't get that wrong. All right, because I'm doing it. All right. So at this point, get a map and get a blank sheet of paper because you're going to be writing down the list of directions on there. You don't want to write it on the map because you're going to be marking up the map and doing calculations and so on and so forth. It's just better to keep it nice and clean. Okay. So let me share the map with you. Okay. So I got to copy the map here. All right. Let me get this out of here so I can see. All right, here we go. Here's the map. We're going to start obviously at the start line. So let's see here. Our goal, so remember, our goal is to stop it in this area. Anywhere in this area, if we can stop it, we're able to say turn left and then we'll go down that way. Okay. So a little bit of common sense here. What we want to do is we don't want to aim for here, right? We don't want to aim at 3.38 meters because if we stop short, then we're going to turn into this wall. We don't want to aim at 3.68 meters because if we aim at the back wall and we go a little bit long, we've now crashed at this wall. So we want to always aim right for the middle. Well, what you notice is there's no measurement to the middle. So that's what we got to kind of piece together by reading this map. So let's look here. Remember, I'm doing the first one for you, so you can't mess this up. Remember, my safe distance, and this could be different. Safe. I'm using is 2.5. So if yours is different, you just have to make small adjustments. I just can't do it for everybody exactly. What I can do is get the distance and show you how to do that, and then you will piece it together using your safe distance. All right, so let's figure out how far it is to here. All right, we're aiming right for the middle. So I know it's 3.38 meters to here, and I know it's 3.68 meters to here. So if I can find the width of this gap, all right, that's going to help me. So what I'm going to do is 3.68 minus 3.38. So I took the back wall and minus this distance, and that should give me what was left, right? So I get what? 0.3 meters. So I know that this gap is 0.3 meters, okay? But I don't want to aim for the end. I want the middle, so half of that. So I'm going to divide that by 2. Sorry, this pen is very difficult to use. I'm going to, oh my God, what the heck? All right. I divided by 2. So that's going to give me that the halfway is 0.15 meters. Okay. So I know that going in from here to the middle point of that turn is 0.15 meters, right? In there. Okay. So now let's think about this. I know to the front wall, it's 3.38 gets me here. I want to go another 0.15 to aim right for that middle. So the total first distance, this pen is killing me, is 3.38 plus 0.15 equals, let's see, I got 4, 5.3 meters. So I know that the distance from the start line to where I want to aim is 3.53 meters. That is the same for everybody. The map is the same for everybody. Now, what's different is if my car can only go 2.5 meters, I can't go 3.53 meters. Now, if your car has a safe distance that is greater than 3.53, then your first list of instruction is just go this distance. Step 1 is 3.53 meters. But since mine, I can only go 2.5, my list of directions is going to look like this. Hold on. Actually, let me use this right here. Okay, got it. This is going to be easier, I think. Okay, I lied. Maybe it's not going to be easier. Okay, this is just a... All right, please go away. All right, we need to stop annotating here. All right, okay, now we're going to annotate. Draw. There we go. Okay, go away. There we go. All right. So I can write over here. So my number 1. Oh my goodness. Sorry, guys. This is terrible. Okay. Number 1. Since I only have a distance, I can go straight of 2.5 meters. I'm going to say 2.5 meters. Number 2. I know I'm not at the end. I'm somewhere in here, right? Oh, I'm trying to draw on the screen like an idiot. I'm somewhere in here, 2.5 meters, right? So what I need to do next is say, okay, the total I want to go is 3.53 meters. I have already went 2.5. I've already gone 2.5. So I subtract 2.5. That means the rest is what? 1.03, 1.03. So the remaining distance I would write down as 1.03. So those combined will get me to this point right here. Okay. Now, you don't forget to say the turn. So if I'm going up the lane, it's going to be a left-hand turn. You need to write that in because if they don't say it, you can't turn. And it's just easy to forget because it's easy to forget if you don't write it in. But if you write it in and write it accurately, you should be good to go. All right, so let me clear some of this stuff. All right, number 4. All right, let me get an eraser here. Where we at? All right, let me erase some of this junk down here. Okay. All right, let's get a clear screen here. Sorry, stand by. All right. So now what we're going to do is, well, look at this. We are now right here. We just turned to the left. All right. We just turned this way. So now we're heading down this way. Okay. So what we, dude, this is infuriating. Sorry. Hold on. Let me clean this up. All right. So that's the point we're at. So let's think about this. All right. I'm halfway. All right. I want to aim for halfway down here. I know that these are all the same blocks, right? The only difference is until I get to the box of death, which is a little bit abstract. Okay. So here's what we got to do. You are halfway in here. You want to stop halfway here. So think about it. I know it's 1.53 from here to here. So if I go from here to here, okay, I know I'm already in half a block. I'm starting in front of this line. I'm starting in front of that line a half a block. So then I go here, but then this ends here, and I go forward a half a block. So that we started short, but we went long. So I know the next distance is 1.53 meters. Okay. Replay that if you didn't get that, right? I'm starting in half a block from 1.5. So this measurement is made from right here, right at the end. It's made from right here. I'm starting in half a block, which we know is 0.15. All right. I go this distance. It ends right here. That 1.53 ends right here. But I continue half a block. So those two cancel me out, and I know I have to go 1.53. I look, and my next step should be, if I'm driving down, turn right. Okay. So here's what I want you to do. All right, let me, sorry. So I've done the first two turns for you. We are now right here. We're right in the middle of this thing. Okay. Let me go ahead and scroll. Sorry, let me put the pen down. So what you need to do is this. All right, let me erase this real quick. You need to get to this point right here, this dotted line. All right. All of these measurements, this measurement here and this measurement here, are to this dotted line, which there's a dotted line on the other thing as well. All right. So we are right here. You need to get the rest of the directions to here. And I'm going to pick it up at the box of death. You have to do something. I'm not doing the whole thing for you. Right. So you need to figure out this rest. Pause the video until you get your directions to right here. All right. Because you cannot continue until you have your directions to that point. All right. So go ahead and do that. You can pause the video and then we'll do that. So I'll leave that up there and then I'm going to pull up the box of death thing. Okay. Here's our box of death. Let me clear all of this too, because we don't need that. That's staying the same. That's the start of the path. Okay. So here's what you're gonna do. Your last distance gets you directly to this dotted line. Okay. Now, the key here is first, you are allowed as a group to go when you're done, when you get to your what's called your directions to that dotted line I just highlighted blue. You and your partners can go back to the box of death and look at it. You cannot bring a car, you cannot do anything else but look at it and plot your course because this is not drawn to scale. Okay, this is not drawn to scale. So you can't really tell, oh, this is the easiest way to do it because everything's not to scale. Remember, you can only do 90-degree turns. You can go and turn 90 degrees. Yeah. So get an idea. So pause the video when you go back there. Get an idea of which way you want to go. And that way you will know what to do. For the sake of I don't remember what it looks like, I am going to do this. I'm going to give you the first measurements to go like this. Down here, and down this way. The rest of the thing is up to you. You don't have to go my way. I'm just giving an example. I can't do every single possible way, or else I'd be here all night, right? So I'm just going to show you how I make the measurements and figure out where I'm going based off of this path here. You can use it if you want, but if you don't want to, you do not have to use it. All right, you can go a different way. All right, so let's pick up to where we were. All right, so same thing as before. We want to kind of aim for the middle here. We want to aim, sorry, I keep hitting this goddamn button on this thing. We want to aim for the middle right here, right? All right, I know the distance here is 0.4 meters. Does everybody see that? All right, so this one's pretty easy. To go from here to stop in the middle, half of that is 0.2. So my first thing in the box of death is I know I'm going to go 0.2 meters. Now listen to this very carefully, okay? This is a suggestion. Right now, the distance you have leading into the box stops you right at that dotted line. Now you're gonna have to stop and then go 0.2 meters, which is like, this far. Okay, that's a real quick. Ready, set, go, stop. All right. So there's probably a huge source of error there if you try to do that. What I recommend is add that 0.2 to that last distance you had getting to the box. So in other words, you're going to go into the box with that last distance. So you're going to add this 0.2, add. Okay, I don't know what happened here. Okay, here we go. To last distance. That takes you up to the box, okay? So now what we know is I'm right here and I'm in the middle. I'm in the middle, okay? And I know the width here is 0.5. So I'm going to delete this. My next step, okay, ready? I'm coming into the box. I'm going this way. I said I'm going to go right. So I have to say turn right. Okay, step 3. So now the key here is you have to have 2 positions. You have to know how far you are in and how far up and down you are, right? So right now, I know, this is what I know. I know that I'm 0.2 in this way and I'm 0.15 off the wall. 0.15 because this is 0.3 because I'm in the middle and I know the rest is 0.9. So what I want to do is I need to aim for this middle point right here. I need to aim for this middle point, okay? That way I can go down here and turn right. I know this gap here is 0.3, so I'm going to stop. So this here halfway is 0.15, and I know this is 0.15. So watch what I do here. I know the total distance from here, where I'm at, all the way down here is 0.9 right here plus 0.15. This is 0.15, 0.15. Okay, so the total distance right now is what? 1.05. Everybody tracking? I'm going from here all the way down to the back wall. But remember, I don't want to aim for the back wall or else I'll get killed, right? Because I'll if I go long, I'll hit the wall. So I'm going to subtract this 0.15 because I want to stop 0.15 short of the wall. So I subtract 0.15 and it actually works out to be just 0.9 meters. That's right there. But I want to show you how I'm kind of working that, right? So I know I was 0.5 because I was halfway there. So now I'm going to write go 0.9 meters. 4. Once I get there, I'm going down. So my next thing is going to be turn left. All right, number 5. Let me erase some stuff here. Let's get a clear picture of where we're at. Okay. Get a clear picture of where we're at. Okay. So I know that I am. Oh man, I'm struggling with this pen. I'm sorry. Keep erasing stuff. All right. So I know that I'm 0.15 off of that back wall. Off. Get out of here. All right. Off of this back wall, 0.15 off. I also know that from this wall, I am what? We were 0.2, right? We went in 0.2, 0.2 from here. So I still know that I'm 0.2 in. All right. I want to stop somewhere down here to shoot this gap. Does this make sense? I want to shoot this gap right here. So we got to kind of figure out where we're going. All right. So we got to kind of piece this together. I know that this is 1.21 from here to here. 1.21. Okay. Uh, I know this is 0.46. Okay. What? Okay. So I think I need you to measure something. So this always happens because I just don't get enough measurements for you to do it. What you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to get a measurement. I'm allowing you to do this from this box to this box. So use a meter stick and get this distance here. Okay, I'm allowing you to measure that. It's the only thing you're allowed to measure. And you only need to measure that if you're going this way, if you're going the way I'm going. Everything else should be good to go. All right. Let's see, what else could you measure? All right, I'll let you measure this. I'll let you measure from here to here if you want to, if you're going this way. You can measure that one. Other than that, you should be good to go. Actually, I lied. Get this measurement here from here to here. All right. You're allowed to get those 3 measurements. Okay. Sorry, I just missed it when I made the map. All right. So how we're gonna do this, since I don't have a distance, I'm just gonna leave this as X. Distance X. You just plug that distance in. So I know that it's 1.21 meters from back wall to this box, right? So let's think about it. I'm going to start with that total distance. I'm going to say 1.21. But I know I'm not going that whole distance because I'm already in off this back wall 0.2 from this. I know I'm in off the back wall 0.2. So I'm going to subtract 0.2. All right, that gets me to here. All right, I'm going to keep going. This is all good here. I know I'm going to go this distance here. Let's see here. Okay, I lied. You're going to need to measure this one too. Measure this one too. All right, so you can make 4 measurements with the meter stick. Okay, don't cheat, nothing else. All right, so now I know I want to stop in the middle here vertically. So I'm coming down this way. I'm aiming for the middle of this because that's where I'm going to turn and go upwards or, to the left there. So I'm going to do 1.21, this number here, minus that 0.2. And then what I need to do is take y, I'll call this distance y, and say y divided by 2 gives me this half distance here. And I want to stop that half distance. So in other words, it's going to be subtract. Maybe I'll do that. That's a crappy. Oh my gosh. Sorry, this pen is very frustrating. 0.2 minus y divided by 2. That's going to equal your next distance. This distance here is going to equal your next distance. And then number 6 is going to be what? You're going down, you're going to turn left. The y, okay, let me erase this and make this clear, okay? because we don't know that distance, we're calling it y, and I'm letting you measure it, right? Y, we don't know it. We want to stop halfway. That way we don't hit the box and we don't hit this. So we're going to take the distance, we're going to aim for the middle of it. That's why it's y divided by 2 gives me half, and we're going to subtract that y half off of this box from this side. Because think about it, we're 0.2 inside, and we want to stop whatever y divided by 2 is short of that box. So that's why we start with the total distance, 1.21, minus 0.2, which is off this back wall. And we're going to stop short from hitting the box, y divided by 2. Then you're going to turn left. So do you see? And now what I know is I'm off of this box this distance, and I'm in, how far in do we stop? 0.15. We're in 0.15 meters from this back wall. So now we're going to stop somewhere in here. Okay, but that's for you to calculate. But you see how I always know, all right, I'm off 0.15 of this wall, and I'm 0.2 away, or y divided by 2 off of this box, whatever that distance ends up being. So you always have to have those two placements as you get to the box of death. Now, same thing when you get here, this dotted line right here, this dotted, where's mine? This dotted line right here, okay, is the same as, oh, hold on. It's the same as, sorry, this dotted line on this map, right? This dotted line on this map matches up there. Okay, that way you know where your measurements are to when you switch back and forth. Okay, well, let me erase that. All right, let me scroll back down. So what you need to do is continue plotting your entire way through the course. Okay, you are able to, since when you come out of the box, it's a real short distance, and then you go left, so it looks something like this, right? Sorry, I'm about to throw this pen through the wall. You're gonna come out here and go this way, right? This distance is short. What you're able to do, you can do the same thing we did going in. You can add this distance to this distance, so it's one thing. You're not trying to stop here, then stop here. Okay? Take your time. Make sure your list is nice and neat. Your list of distances. You're getting a list of distances and turns. So the list should only say meters and left or right. That's it. Okay? Take your time through the map. You have all of this class to either get your velocity if you haven't, get your safe distance if you haven't, and then map your course through the I'm sorry, plot your course through the map. Okay? Good luck. Take your time. Work together. Okay? This is all the setup. If you don't do a good job with the setup, you're gonna have no chance when it comes to the competition. All right. Good luck, everybody. That should be it.